Washington football team is 6-6 and on a 4-game winning streak. What has been working so well for Washington during this streak?
We've seen this movie before, and it was called 2020, right?
Yeah.
I mean, something about Ron Rivera, he just knows how to coach defense, first and foremost. I mean, 4 in a row, and they've done it with defense, even without Chase Young's after the season. Montez Sweat's gone. Last game, they didn't have Landon Collins, one of their playmakers. He's kind of doing it with, mismatched pieces.
Right.
And not his stars, but 4 of their last 5 games, they've held teams under 20 points. That's going to keep you in any game you play, and hats off to Rivera. He's doing it when everybody thought, including me, they were going to fall apart without their star defensive players, but here they are, 6-6 again.
6-6 again, and their offense is clicking.
The offense is clicking, but I think what the offense is doing is kind of getting out of the way of the defense and not losing the games. We talked about Taylor Heineke kind of being a Tony Romo starter kit before and thinking, I've got to make all these plays myself with my legs. I'm athletic.
Right.
He's really reined that in. That's probably Ron Rivera again saying, you don't have to make all these winning plays. He did get lucky against the Raiders last week. They dropped an interception on the last drive, or else this is a different narrative, right? But he did what he's had to do, and they're running the ball with Antonio Gibson.
Right.
But they're missing Logan Thomas, their star tight end. I don't think Curtis Samuel's fully healthy, one of their best receivers.
Right.
So it's kind of amazing they're sitting there 6-6.
Yeah.
Hats off to the coach and for not making mistakes to lose the games. They're winning games 17-15 and 20-17. That didn't happen in the NFL in 2021, but they're finding a way to do it.
These are gritty wins for the Washington football team. Now, Washington and the Cowboys play each other twice in the next 3 weeks, but how important is this first matchup?
Much more important to Washington than Dallas because it's
the tone setter, and it's on the road for Dallas.
Well, Washington's 2 games back. You got 2 out of 3. The first one's at home. Cowboys go in there and win this game. They got a 3-game lead. They've already got the win on the road. I think it's over. If Washington wins, all of a sudden it's a 1 game. You still got. Then it gets really nervous because you and I were both guilty of this. We chalked up the NFC East to the Cowboys back on Halloween.
Absolutely.
When they're 6-1, and we're like, oh, who are they going to play in the first round? Well, now Washington, give them credit. They're making this interesting, and it's going to be a very interesting scene in Sunday in Washington because the fans are now into it. They have a blueprint that's working. Right. So the Cowboys have to play better than they played in the last month to win this game Sunday.
Absolutely. Okay, give me one thing that Washington must do in order to beat Dallas this Sunday in the nation's capital.
They got to stick to their blueprint, and that's run the ball. It's keep Dallas's offense off the field. It's control the clock.
Keep the ball out of Dak Prescott's hands, and anything can happen.
And they proved they can do that. I mean, against Tampa Bay, they salted the game away with a 19-play drive.
Right.
They beat the Panthers with a 16-play drive. They had a good drive at the end of the game against the Raiders. When they really need a drive and to keep the other team off the field, they've come up with 4 answers in a row, while they're 6-6. They get in a shootout. The Cowboys have more weapons, obviously, across the board, including quarterback.
Yeah.
But the Redskins can keep another 17-15 type game.
Right.
All bets are off.
I might have to make you drop down and give me 10 for calling them the Redskins.
Oh my God.
That's all right.
It's not the last time, and it's certainly not the first time.
Nope, everybody's doing it. We're just all waiting for
they're playing like the old.
Right. We would just love to have a name to call them besides the WFT, which
Hail
also sounds
team.
a lot like WTF, which you always have to check before you write. So lots of things.
They need the same blueprint to win games. They need a new name now.
Yes, absolutely. How nice is it that this rivalry is a little bit renewed?
Yeah,
it's actually matters for the first time in a long time.
I think the NFL is better for it. Also, I mean, the NFC East has some of the best rivalries, some of the oldest rivalries in the league.
Right.
But Cowboys Washington goes back to when I was a kid, and it was. I mean, people in Dallas would not go to school whenever Washington would beat them.
Absolutely.
And you think George Allen getting in Tom Landry's face, and it was like they played for blood and pride, and it's good their games they're meaningful again.
Right.
Because you look at Washington won the Super Bowl in '91, Cowboys in '95. Since then, these teams have not been good. I mean, I think it's 6 combined playoff wins since 1995 for these 2 storied franchises.
Right.
But yeah, it's good that the next 3 weeks spotlight on an old rivalry. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Spotlight, and then also with the national media. I mean, like, you turn on the TV now and it's Stephen A. Smith talking about the Washington football team, and I haven't heard him talk about Washington all season. So that is the beauty of the Dallas Cowboys, is all of a sudden you have a lot of eyeballs. But hopefully for the Cowboys at least, the eyeballs will witness a Cowboys win on Sunday.